First things first, congratulations on the big win.
Thank you,
Saw
man.
it
Thank you.
saw it Slammiversary. You're the new X Division champion, also the youngest title holder in TNA history. How you feeling about that? Not only did you win the championship, but you broke an all-time record. Now you're the
Mhm.
benchmark, so to speak.
It's a crazy feeling, man, because striving to be the youngest X Division champion has like not only been my goal since I got to TNA, but like since I was a kid. You know what I mean? I've been training since I was 9, and I've always wanted to be X Division champion. And it's almost like one of them things like when people tell you, oh, when you have kids, you're gonna love it. Oh, like when you get married, it's gonna be the best day of your life. And you know it's going to be amazing, but it feels so far off sometimes that you can't really picture it being real. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
think for me, this has been one of them things where I've always tried to speak it into existence, and I've always been working hard towards this goal. But now it's finally here. It doesn't feel real. You know what I mean? Because I've been on the chase, and now I've got it, and it's like, oh well, where do we go from here? You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it was to keep it short and sweet, Slammiversary was the best day of my life. You know what I'm saying? So a couple of
Mhm.
days later, I'm still trying to recoup. I'm still trying to come down off of that high, but it feels great to finally accomplish what I've been striving after.
I'm glad you put it in terms of, saying like when you have kids, this will be this, or when because I have kids and
Uh-huh.
that feeling doesn't go away because sometimes I'll look,
Exactly.
I'll be like, oh, my kid is, like they're so big already. I'm like, they were just little, like how did time pass? And you have like you have that sort of reflection on it. So it kind of stays with you. It's just it's in a different perspective.
For sure, for sure.
So the event I enjoyed thoroughly. I know some TNA fans are a little upset about the main event,
Hmm.
but it was a really fun show, top to bottom. Like, I thought it was well paced. I thought the matches were great from the opener, yours to to the main event. Uh, but one thing that I feel like was a surprise, obviously it was to you, was we didn't know where AJ Styles was going to show up. We knew he was going to show up. He was advertised, but what was that like legitimately a surprise to you? Like you had no idea like anything was going to happen after the match?
1000%, bro. Like I think if I had known ahead of time, I would have tried to play it a lot cooler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of jumping around like a little 6-year-old. But yeah, man, I had no clue. So when Get Ready to Fly hit, and I've said it a couple of times in interviews previous, but like I grew up a TNA kid, you know what I'm saying? And if you grew up a TNA kid, AJ Styles was your guy.
Hmm.
So to have not only AJ come out, but for him to come out to Get Ready to Fly, the OG TNA theme, was massive, man. On top of the huge moment of me winning the X Division championship, getting to run to my family because they were sat in the front row. Um, Carlos being in the ring and Moose strapping the belt onto me, you know what I mean? It was all these steps that was like, man, I don't know if this can get any better. And then I remember I was on my knees, I was looking at the belt, I was like, we did it, we did it, we did it. And then Get Ready to Fly hits, and I hop straight up to my feet, and I'm jumping around and I'm running around, I'm losing my mind, just like everyone else in the building. So, I'm really like looking back on it, I'm glad I had no clue, because I
Hmm.
think that genuine reaction, captured what everyone else in the building was feeling. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, AJ coming out was a huge surprise, and it's something I'm never gonna forget.
So when you're going to the ring for your match, like okay, you're going over like you didn't even know Moose was going to do that?
No, so literally everything, like all the I suppose all the drama and antics after the match was completely out there. You know what I mean? The only thing that I knew I was gonna do was run to my family because obviously they'd made the trip over from the UK, and I feel like with the story we've told, my family was a big part of it, so I knew that the production team would, want a shot with me and the fam. So I definitely knew I was going to run over to them and get that shot. But once we got past that point, I was walking through it blind, man, and it worked out for the best. So I'm super super grateful.
We saw the in-ring or in-arena celebration. You do anything special after the show to go kind of celebrate the night, celebrate the title win?
I got a Domino's pizza and sat in my hotel room, bro.
Nice. Nice.
um, I think the biggest celebration, like after the in arena stuff, was when I walked to the back. We had the whole locker room there. They were chanting, cheering me on, clapping, hugging me. So that was real nice. But I'm still 20. I can't even buy drinks in America. So even if I
Yeah.
wanted to go out and party, I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So me, my mom, my sister, my girlfriend, we got a Domino's. We sat in the lobby. We socialized. We chill. Then I went up to the hotel room and got I like to think a well deserved good night's sleep.
I love when like it comes with the territory, but like I love when, wrestlers all they want is like a hot pizza at the end of the night. It's like you train and you train and you train, you like get ready for the match, and then it's like, oh, I can finally relax. I can finally have my cheat meal.
Exactly that. And especially like for me, where I've been preparing to be in the ring with Moose, who is a freak, you know what I'm saying? He's six
Mhm.
five, he's 250, he can do everything that I can do, and he looks like he's, carved out of marble, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just a 20-year-old from Bradford. So, I've been in the lead up to Slammiversary, it's definitely the most locked in I've been with diet, with gym work, trying to not only look comparable to Moose, but be able to
Mm.
perform at a level like Moose as well. So that pizza definitely hit different after Slammiversary.
Now, speaking of Moose, he obviously put you over at the end of the night, but he went on social media and he said he's stepping away for a bit. Uh, we can speculate about what that means, how long it means. I'll just leave it at that. But he said he's stepping away. So normally when I ask what's next, you have a rematch. I don't know if that's going to be a bit against Moose. So like, what is next for you? Like, are you looking at any potential opponents? Any thoughts on who you would like to defend against? How often you would like to defend the title?
hmm So for me, like I really don't know what's next. I think the world is next. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, we have a bunch of people in house at TNA that I'd love to square up against. And I guess before I get onto that, like let's give a little shout out to Moose. You know what I'm saying? That moment wouldn't have been what it was without him. He's been pushing me to get to the level that I'm at right now and the level that I'm striving for. I couldn't have rose to the levels I would. Or I did, sorry, without him being that huge mountain for me to climb over. So shout out to Moose. But in his absence, we got to keep rocking, right? So a couple of people that I want to square off against. I want Casey Navarro as number one. I feel like people have kind of put us on these parallel paths. You know what I'm saying? We're both kind of the new young hot upstarts in TNA. So I think that's definitely a matchup that I'd like to see, and I think the fans would too. Um, I think Jason Hotch is another really good shout for the X Division. He's been killing it with Order 4, and I think I know I'd be more than happy to give him a shot at the belt. There's the Rascal Boys, there's Myron Reed, there's Zach Wentz, there's Trey Miguel. There's so many people on our roster, you know what I mean? But again, we're in 2025, right?
Mhm.
It's not just limited to our roster. So if anyone from NXT wants to come up, whether that's a young OG, whether that's a Saint, whether that's a very proud Canadian, and any of them boys want to step up, I'm more than happy to take challenges from there. Or even if you think you're phenomenal and you want to step to the boy, I'm here for it too, man. But I think the next big thing for me and the next big thing on TNA's calendar is Bound for Glory. I don't know what Bound for Glory holds right now. Of course, we're still a couple of months out. But I'm sure whoever I'm going to be stepping in the ring with at Bound for Glory is going to be special, and we're going to make some more history.
One thing that stuck with me during that whole post-match segment with AJ, he mentioned one more match and said, "We'll get back to that." He didn't get back to it that night, but you just
Mhm.
mentioned maybe a phenomenal opponent. So I don't know. Maybe that's when he'll get back to it.
Maybe so, maybe so. I mean, the first X Division champion versus the youngest ever definitely sounds pretty cool to me, at least.
Mhm. And how these two guys have been really big supporters, but how about the Hardys? Like I know you
Yeah,
kind
for
of you
sure.
teamed with them, but I think fans might enjoy seeing you against Matt or you against Jeff with the title on the line.
For sure, and like maybe that is something that we come to down the road. You know what I'm saying? I think there comes a day where the student has to test himself against his master, right? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And obviously Matt and Jeff have just got their tag belts back, and where me, Matt and Jeff, and obviously Steve Macklin as well are kind of holding the fort down for TNA right now. You know what I'm saying? We're keeping TNA belts within TNA, so maybe once we we've got what's important back. We've got the knockouts. We've got the men's world championship back. Then we can focus on maybe a little bit of inter-promotional and inter-hardy war. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. TNA will be live this week in Rhode Island.
Yes, sir.
We've heard TNA President Carlos Silva talk about wanting to go live more often. He said hopefully TNA could go live 52 weeks a year, but right
Mhm.
now it's more periodical. How do you feel about not only getting a chance to go live, but this is going to be your first appearance as champion on Thursday. So
Mhm.
that a little bit you hold a little bit more pride in, having that opportunity too.
100%, man, 100%. And I think especially coming off the back of Slammiversary, where it was, such a monumental night for not only for me, but for TNA as a company. It was the largest attendance, I believe, in company history. We've been killing it on the road to Slammiversary. We're going to kill it on the road to Bound for Glory. And in the previous answer, I talked about holding down the fort. And that's something that I really do mean. I couldn't be prouder to be a member of the TNA roster. So I'm very, very excited on Thursday on a live episode. Again, which is huge for us. You know what I'm saying? I think when you're live, the eyes of the wrestling world are on you because anything can happen. You know what I mean? It hits a little bit different than a tape show. So to have it on a live show after the biggest show we've ever done, after my biggest match, and the best night of my life with the X Division Championship, it's going to be huge, man, and we're going to have some fun on Thursday.
Thursday night, you mentioned TNA is going to be live Impact. It's the Ryan Center in Kingston, Rhode Island, and then
Mhm.
the next night, July 25th, there's another television taping. Tickets are still available now. Um, should be an exciting night. I talked to Steve Macklin not too long ago about Rhode Island.
Hell
I
yeah,
I love. I don't know how much you know about Rhode Island, but Newport is right there. It's a nice kind of little like beachy town, and it's about an
sweet.
hour away from where you guys are going to be. So
Uh-huh.
it
Damn, I
it
gotta check that out. I gotta
yeah.
check that out.
If you have some spare time on the way out, you check it out. But I'll end on this. Obviously, a lot of people talk. They're talking now about the X Division title win. They talk about your age when they talk about you coming to the TNA roster. Is there something you want people to talk about more? Whether it's a match or a moment, just something that you would like a little to get a little bit more love from the fans?
That's a good question, man. I think for me, and again, I don't know if this is necessarily like I want people to talk about more. I think in definitely in recent weeks with all the work that the TNA production team and the crew on our side have been putting in, I think it's been appreciated a little bit more.
Mm.
But I think just the journey, man. I think it's very easy for people to see the success, right? They see the Slammiversary was the biggest pay-per-view ever. AJ Styles came out and sung my praises. I won the X Division belt. Moose was singing my praises. Carlos was there. Everybody was clapping me up backstage. But it's been a long journey. I've been I don't want to say it's been there's been difficult parts, but I don't want to say it's been a difficult journey because I've been extremely blessed to be training in this and be doing this and be striving after this since I was 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's not a lot of people that get to say they're living their childhood dream at 20. And obviously, like there was a really, really good piece, which I think is probably the most important thing that's of media that's ever been put out about me that aired on Impact a couple of weeks ago about my whole journey with my family at home and obviously my dad left leaving when I was younger. But I think the more eyes we can get on that and the more people understand who I am as a person, I think the better off we're going to be. You know what I mean? Like I'm more than just the Swanton 450, and I think people are finally starting to clock onto that and appreciate that a little bit more. Which just it really does warm my heart, and it makes me super proud, man. Because like I said, there's not many 20-year-olds that can say they get to do what I do. For one, and especially not from Bradford, England. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not from London. I'm not from Manchester. I'm not from a major city. I'm just a 20-year-old kid from Bradford, and I'm living my dream right now, man. So I'm super thankful for all the opportunities, and I'm super super thankful that people are starting to recognize this journey I've been on.
Uh, I love the answer, and more to your point, I think you're in a good company that knows how to do storytelling right. I've loved
Yes.
TNA's diary style documentaries. Like Mike Santana had one not too long ago.
Hmm.
They've taken different talent, so I think they're doing a good job at telling your story, and I'm glad it resonated with you, and uh, look forward to seeing what's next for you. But first is July 24th. Impact goes live
Yes,
in
sir.
Kingston, Rhode Island. So, uh,
Yes, sir.
thank you very much for your time today, and congratulations again on the big win.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.